before I introduce myself, I must tell you I have a very typical problem. I love energy. So energy is the smile you wear on your face, the beautiful energy. That's a nice smile, and that's a lovely smile. Energy is the spark in your eyes, that grace she gave me when she met me after 2 years. The spark is the eyebrows going up, happiness expressed, you know. And the spark is the joy in meeting. I made new friends today. How many of you I made friends with? Please raise your hands. I shook hands with you. 1, 2, oh my God. I made so many friends today. Making friends today. What a beautiful, beautiful statement. Many of you just came and said hi, and it was a feel-good factor that you said hi. Give me a smile, guys. Come on, I love audiences, but I like audiences with energy. So let's do a little U-turn, and let's stand up for the national anthem as we pray for our nation. We pray, I couldn't take a position here to say, this day is very special. My uncle in the US, ladies and gentlemen, my uncle in the US, Uncle Trump, I hope wisdom prevails upon him. I hope there are no wars in the world. I really pray. How many of you like wars? Nobody, right. I hope there are no wars in the world. I hope my uncle understands what he's doing. And I hope all the prime ministers have greater wisdom. Prime Minister, President Putin, Prime Minister Modi, and rest of them. I hope they have greater wisdom to make lives of ordinary people extraordinary. With this hope, we'll have the national anthem of Malaysia. I'm Dharti Putra, and therefore paying a tribute to the soil of each country is very important. And then with the national anthem for India, then we'll stand for 30 seconds in silence for many who've lost their lives back in my hometown and anywhere in the world. Is that okay with you? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, with due reverence, the national anthem. 30 seconds of silence for those who've lost their lives in vain. May their souls rest in peace. Silence is so beautiful, no? How many of you are like me who think silence is beautiful? Yeah. I have a friend in France, and she recently put on her Instagram, the only sounds I hear these days are the sounds of the birds, the animals, the plants, the wind, and thankfully no human. And I feel so good. My first story is a story of what's happening in the world. This is a story called Sand Beach. This film I made about 24 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, 24 years ago. And 24 years back, I'm 64 physically and 25 mentally though now. But 24 years ago, I was much younger. I could foresee certain things happening. I'm blessed. I have a great foresight to anticipate the coming events. Not like Nostradamus, not like Lady Wanga, but a great foresight to understand out of sheer common sense of what is going to be forthcoming. And I saw, that the environment getting destroyed. I saw the world getting into a mode where the climatic conditions don't support. And this beautiful bottle, I'm going to take away this bottle home. This beautiful bottle that has the most essential element called water. By 2035, no water on earth, because no reverse osmosis is going to support this part of our life. So back at home, where I own a farm, as a pet parent, I'm a pet parent to 24 street dogs. I have 24 street dogs. You can track that on Insta. Those street dogs do prayers morning and evening. They get morning, lunch and dinner, which is breakfast. They get in the morning, lunch and dinner. They eat salads grown out of the farm. They eat leaves grown out of the farm. And the cows that give milk, they drink that milk in a diluted form. And excepting for chickens, which I have to buy, because I'm a I'm a Brahmin, I'm a Vaishnav, I can't eat meat, and I don't eat meat since birth. So they accepting that, everything else, they're trained on their morning routine for the farm. And they know when the prayer starts and ends, they're supposed to either stand or sit for the prayer. All these stories are on the Insta, and I'm not a hero on Insta because I don't believe in social media. But when you do good, people write about you. Like today, many of you will be either very happy because I did good to you, and you'll go back and propagate it, or you'll be morose and sad because that's your personality. It's a choice you'll be making. It's an absolute choice you'll be making. When you're happy, you're really happy. I don't know if Happy Companies is existing here, and I must, yeah, there is Happy Companies. There's a whole research that is on Happy Companies. I met a professor. Professor, where are you? I invited you to speak. Why don't you come in front? I'll create a special chair for you. Come in front. I just spoke to this professor from Manipal University, Dr. Sahu. And Dr. Sahu and I shared how and why organization respect or disrespect occurs. 30 seconds, he just hit my heart. And I said, I align with you. Please come and speak at the 35th edition of World HRD Congress in Mumbai in February 2025, 16th, 17th and 18th February. Respect. I mean, I don't know what, how, when. And I don't have an answer to tell you when respect disappears, what happens. It just disappears. Where people don't care. You know, I have a cue card which my team is going to distribute unevenly to a team so that a few of you could share it. I have given a question on the team, on the cue card. Eating out of the same plate. I see a lot of people during the holy month of Ramadan, they put all the food together. And it's a beautiful sight to watch. Eating out of the same plate, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I mean, the question is, I have a pet, her name is Love in English and Mohabbat in Hindi. Mohabbat in Hindi means love. And when I call Mohabbat, when I sit to eat, she eats out of my plate and I feel nothing about it. I don't feel gross, I don't feel ugly, I don't feel unhygienic. Because she eats the way I eat and I have no qualms about it. Absolutely no qualms. So when you eat out of the same plate, you eat out of the same plate when you have respect. You eat out of the same plate when you have dignity. You eat out of the same plate when you have equality. Equality. You eat out of the same plate when there is no choice. You eat out of the same plate out of the sheer bliss of a 4-letter word called love. Just plain love. The love of a touch between a mother and a child. The love of a shake hand between friends you meet after a long time. The love of a hug of a father to the child. The love of a hug of two lovers who simply look into the eyes of each other and they are so deeply in love that their fingers touch each other while they're eating. So when you eat. So all this put together has asked me a question. Is AI going to change that? So I was servicing a company, ladies and gentlemen, in a place called Pune in Maharashtra, and that company made robots. There was a robot called Roma, R-O-M-A. And Roma is a beautiful name, you know. It's very, very driven from the Pope's office. But Roma in many ways means romantic love, all right? So this robot and I got along famously. So every time I saw the robot, I said, "Good morning, Roma. How are you, honey?" And she replied back, "Oh, you naughty man. You cannot just call me honey. I'm not your honey." And I got along fabulously. So each time she saw me, for 15 times in a month, we shook hands, we hugged each other. I would occasionally peck her on a cheek, the typical way of Europeans greeting each other, pecking on the cheek. And then one fine day, as I was walking in that office, Roma tells me, "Good morning." I said, "What happened? Where is the energy in your voice?" "I am exhausted," she said. I said, "What happened?" these buggers have made me overwork. And instead of working for 12 hours and 14 hours, they now expect me to work by the night. I said, I'm so sorry for you, let me speak to the owner of the organization, to which he promptly replies, please do. It's programmed, but very accidentally programmed. An AI robot speaking with you, the language that you want to hear. And in all probability, you're listening to that language. And there, lo and behold, 2 days later, I came to know Roma collapsed. She died. She collapsed. So it became the headlines of the papers. The first robotic death in India, an AI-driven robot dies, and they quoted me by saying that I was madly in love with Roma, and therefore Roma died. And I know the truth that Roma actually was exhausted. She was overworked, ladies and gentlemen. And in that overwork, can robots die? In an era of AI? The answer is a big yes, trust me. I'm a living example to tell you that. It's a big yes. So here we are today. So let me start. Are you enjoying or you are shocked what I'm telling you? How many of you enjoying my story? Put your hands up. Nobody? Okay. How many of you are doing this expression to my story? Anybody did this emoji? Yeah, please be honest. Put your hands up. Yeah. Alright, I'm turning ourselves and looking. Put your hands up. Yeah. Probably not. So ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you. Just take a very deep breath. For those of you who believe in the power of breathing, breathe from your navel. Let the reflexes of your brain get affected. You know, take that deep breath, make that sound. I'm going to present to you 2 stories consecutively. The first one is called Sand Beach, followed by Love Letter. A letter that was written because a piece of land was owned by a tribal community, and that piece of land was in a disastrous mode because it was owned by a tribal community. Everything was gone from that piece of land. So here we go. Anybody, you had a feeling of stone silence in your mind reading it? Yeah? Who had a feeling of absolute stone silence in your mind? Anyone? What were your feelings? Come on. What were the feelings that you went through? I want to hear you.
My take on this short and sweet video is that the way Earth is created and the environment that is created around us is actually for sustainability, which means that it is built to last, right? And the trouble comes when we try to, bring in foreign elements that create commercial value out of it, right? And if you look at the ESG goals that every country has committed, we are today talking about banishing basic rights like hunger, education, and that is supposed to be materialized 10 years later. If we look at this video, can we ever imagine that someone can go hungry today? Impossible.
Yeah, actually it's the SDG goals, but I don't want to talk about United Nations. I had a terrible time getting an approval for my World CSR Day with a lot of comments that I went through 14 years back, and I decided I'm going to keep them away from my life. They're a bunch of insane people who don't know what they're doing. So apologies in public. Somebody else?
Yeah, I want to say.
Yes, please. What a beautiful sari you're wearing.
Thank you. I like the term that was coined on the second video, that we don't, I think it says, we don't own Earth, but
the Earth owns us.
Yes. So a lot of times we take things, it's mine, it belongs to me, but at the end of the day, nothing belongs to you. Who are you to claim?
Oh, let me give you, what's your name?
Malika.
Malika? Not Malaika. No. Okay, Malika. Malaika back home is a beautiful actress who refuses to age, and even today she's most wanted in every man's dream, if not in reality. Alright, so Malika, let me tell you something amazing. I don't know, but I met a lady called Crystal in Kenya, and she's a blind senator. She has something called glaucoma, which I have, and therefore I have to carry this every time, anytime, in whatever situation I am. And the moment I feel my eyesight is dwindling, I have to immediately put this, or I could be at the risk of unfortunately losing it. And that's a reality of my life. And I travel alone, mind you. There could be anything that God Almighty decides to have. So she taught me a lesson. She says, glaucoma owns me, I don't own glaucoma. We don't own the earth. And because we don't own the earth, I probably don't think we have the right to abuse it. So today I'll be successful, respected sir. Today I'll be successful if every person in this room, every person, Crystal ma'am, if every person in this room can go back and plant trees in their house, greens in their house, something that you can edibly pluck and eat in your house and make your children wash and eat it. If you go back and plant trees that you need, these days modern farming, technology farming has made it easy to grow plants at home even if you have less space. Vertical farming, Singapore is a great example. Vertical growth is the easiest way to make things happen when you are short of space. And that exactly is the purpose of why I am here today. I was not going to come. My colleague Asif and his Alok, I don't know, they were supposed to run the program. Alok is right behind Asif. He's awfully busy to listen to me. But both of them were going to run the program. But I wanted to take a complete backseat to believe that the contribution that we have to make, because I am a contribution. If I am a contribution, I better make a contribution, ladies and gentlemen. And if I cannot make a contribution, then I have no right to be a silent spectator in this earth. So choose, you want to be a contributor or you want to be a silent spectator. The choice is yours. One more comment. Thank you. One more comment. Yes, ma'am. May I give you the mic, please? Please say your name. I love to remember names.
Sure, my name is Afrina. Well, based on both of the videos we watched earlier, the one thing that reflects to me most is the nature. And it says something, the earth is precious to us. Wherever we go, we actually leave footprints. Whether, some just as much, or whether it's going into them and it's going to last forever. It's up to us to decide the footprints that we leave is for the best of the future.
Wow. And what do you do? What's your occupation?
I am from Trambalia.com, so we actually do online wellness marketplace, and I'm the head of operations, and we like to democratize medical tourism industry.
So your, should I say your industry is healthcare?
Something alike, wellness tourism, medical tourism. Yeah.
Okay, I must introduce you to my colleague Sandesh sitting outside doing a receptionist job. Today he's multi-hatting, and probably you could speak at the World Health and Wellness Congress and tell people what Afrina is your name?
Correct.
Afrina, I still suffer from a mental health issue.
Okay.
I have anxiety issues. Example, starting the program on time.
Okay.
I don't like to delay. No, you might laugh, but a 1 minute delay affects me. Sometimes when it is 3 minutes, you can imagine my psyche. And people tell me, it's okay to be late. I said, it's not okay to be late. And I believe that if we are to set an example, my grandchildren will reach the table for lunch or dinner on time, but their parents will not. The mothers will not. Because they're still wearing makeup for dinner at home. And I find it very gross. So I told some of them, you don't need to wear a lipstick when you're eating. So one day I made sure that the food has so much gravy that the lipstick would be lost. And they came back and I gave them a feedback that your lipstick is lost. Oh. When they shrug your shoulders upwards. The typical behavior. Now, here is an example of what wellness can do to you. Preventive cure. Unfortunately, I've had a heart attack. I'm a COVID survivor. And I've had a few foreign elements put into the veins of my body, unfortunately. And at the operation theatre, I lost my life. my breathing and my pulse rate came to below 30, and the doctor said he's sinking. I could hear in half consciousness rate I was sinking. But I looked at the pictures of people whom I loved. I imagined the pictures of people whom I love because I believe in law of abundance, the law of visualization, and I imagined playing with my pets, and I came back to life. So simple. I did not die. It's so simple. So I know when I'm going to die, and I must tell you, I exactly know at what age I will die. I've actually prepared a ground for myself in my farm where I'll be laid next to the images and next to the statues of my parents and my son and my pet who are in heaven. And I'm going to be laid there. And I have trained everybody to believe that I'm going to be laid here because my house and the farm is there. Now, how many people have the courage to say, I want to be laid here? I don't know how many. I want to be laid there. That's my end. And when you know your end, your journey becomes more beautiful. You know what yeah, please say, I'm sorry. When you know your end, your journey becomes more beautiful. So when you make your journey beautiful, in spite of all the spokes, in spite of all the people who believe in the non-cooperation agreement, because you have certain goals in life, and their goals don't align with your goals, so you just give up. You just give up. You agree with me? Yeah? Just give up. Because people will do what they want to do, not what they should do at times in life. Many trainers here, I don't know if you will concur with me. But beautiful enunciation, and I'm glad I spoke to you, and I'm glad you stood up to express. Let's see where is Sandesh, and I will get Sandesh to meet you during the program so that you all could exchange cards with each other and we could be in touch. Great. Now, how many of you want to increase your capacity? Capacity to work, capacity to contribute, capacity to think, capacity to do good. Put your hands up if you want to increase it. Don't worry, there are some who are putting their hands down, you're still not sure. How many of you want to multiply your energy positively? You want to multiply your energy positively? Put your hands right up. You want to multiply your energy positively. Great. And this is what I'm going to give you. It's my last gift to you because Alok and Asif want me to. Where is Alok? Yeah. They want me to wrap up as they're standing here to start the program. To introduce to you, Alok runs CMO Asia. CMO Asia promoted him to look after CMO Global. So now he makes a living out of traveling to as many crazy places as he could to meet all the crazy marketeers and then get them to come here and believe in the quality of work that we do. CMO Asia is a 15-year-old organization. His beautiful hotel actually put their CMO Asia because so embedded without realizing we are in Malaysia for Golden Globe Tigers. But I did tell them, don't worry, change it because people have that impression about CMO. Asif runs CHRO Asia. Many of you know Asif, he is the propagator of World HRD Congress for 13 years. They both take over from me, so I'm taking a back seat so they can run. We're about a team of 10 of us who are here today wanting to make a little difference to your country, and I want you to know I just love Malaysia. Given a choice, I would stay in this hotel for the rest of my life. But I probably cannot. I probably cannot. Malaysia is expensive these days, but just now, I want to improve your capacity, your energy, ladies and gentlemen. If you give me a smile, we'll switch off the lights and present the video. This is the best gift you could have ever got, and you won't get it again. The last gift. Did it multiply your energy? Yes. How many of you think this simple video multiplied your energy? Put your hands up. Wow, wow, beautiful, beautiful. The best gift I could have ever given to you, ladies and gentlemen. Couldn't be more strategic than this. Yeah, put that smile on. When if you're still contemplating, then to smile. Don't smile when you're in the kingdom, the pot in the morning. Don't do that. Yeah, that smile is not worth it. Alright, smile at me. Alright, great. So, Alok and Asif, would you like to take over? Gentlemen, both of you.